here it is. So here I'm going to show you how you can schedule campaigns on SmartReach account. So I'm going to be scheduling, kicking off two campaigns now. One is for the European markets and one for the US market. So before we kick off the campaign, we need to go back to the master sheet, the data sheet that we have. We need to sort of filter out by segregating the data from one set of data will be the US, Canada, and the other markets, and the other one is going to be for the European markets. So I'm going to download this in CSV. I'm going to just arrange these arrange the data that are once in the European markets and then in the US markets. So here, if you see, there are a couple of them from Canada. This we need to sort of segregate it, but for the sake of showing you how it is done, I'm gonna kick this off. Right, I'm gonna kick off the campaign. So I'm gonna download this sheet using CSV, and I'm going to download this as well. I'm gonna edit this because I have moved the data. I've not made it US or UK. I've just made it US. So this is September leads. I'm gonna call it as October because I'm going to kick off now. This is October, so this is how I'm gonna do it. Right, I'm going to go back to the SmartReach. I'm going to create a new campaign. I'm going to name the campaign as October. I'm going to say Cloud Seed October EU campaign, something like this. I'm going to use a sending account because we have varieties of sending accounts. So you're going to choose the one that makes sense to send this account to. So it's going to be the email alias. I'm going to use .info. I'm going to receive replies to .info. I'm the campaign owner here. I'm going to upload the data. Once I upload, I'm going to make it for the European data, which I've already downloaded the CSV format. So I'm going to upload it here. Once you upload, you have to select a couple of fields which are sort of mandatory, because we need a company name, because we need to know the kind of company we are targeting. We need to map each of these columns under a specific category. Right? Title is important. We need to know who we are targeting. First name, last name, email. That's pretty much important. We need to know the website, just so we know who we are going out to. Let's say if somebody responds, we can track them looking at all of these data. Right? I'm going to click on next. Once I click on next, I will update the fields for duplicate prospects. Let's say I'm running campaigns for different clients or different companies or different geographies, but I may be using the same data, so I don't want to repeat doing that. So I'm gonna update fields for duplicate prospects. I'm gonna again here it says ignore assigning prospects to this campaign that are already assigned to any other campaign. Right? If it's assigned to any other campaign, I don't want to sort of reach them out again and again. So I want to sort of exclude them from the database. So I'm going to upload. As soon as I click on upload, it's going to take a couple of minutes. Right? It says upload success. I'm going to click on here, and here we have. Right? So once we have here, we know that there are about 190 prospects we're going to be targeting in October in the European region for Cloud Seed. So I'm going to click on content, write first email. Right? When I say write first email, you can actually write new emails here, or you can pick up from the existing one which you may have already written. Right? So we do have a lot of emails written. Right? We work on writing varieties of email scripts just to sort of get the attention we may need. But here it is. Right? So here I can say that I have already sort of worked on this email script. If you see the template name says September email 1. So I just worked on this email script last month. So I want to use the same email script here for the first message that goes out. Right? I said, hi, first name, have been following your company. I want to see if we can help with anything. We help businesses or we can say we help companies like, you can remove some of these spam words. We help companies like, let's say, um, Google with Salesforce customization and deployments. Some of our expertise include AI and machine learning, right? You can sort of exclude the spam words, which you can actually, Google it and understand what these spam words are. AI and machine learning to augment your existing systems to provide predictive analytics for your big data needs to generate synthetic data for testing and research. For testing, and I will remove the word customer, because customer, the moment you put the word customer on your email, it is a spam word, right? You're trying to sell something, right? We don't want to look like we're trying to sell anything here. Testing and research. Cloud migration to reduce your overall platform costs. So reduce and costs is again a spam word. So I'm gonna say cloud migration to lessen your overall platform expenditure, right? Does this sound like something that you might be interested in? It's a call to action button, so that we know if they say yes, we can further engage them with our replies, maybe share case studies, share the work we have done and whatnot, right? So does this sound like something you might be interested in? I can also say, is this something you might be interested in, right? Is this something you might be interested in? Something like this, right? Of course, you can cross check these spellings, and you can use Grammarly to sort of correct your grammar and whatnot, but I'm confident that I have written a good email script here. So I'm going to move to the next step. I'm going to save changes. Once I save changes, I can also send a test email to myself to see how this email would look like for another person, right? I just sent it and I see it on my phone. I've already gotten it. Beautiful. So let's move it. So I'm going to set up the campaign now. Since I'm running this campaign in the European markets, I'm going to say, let's say London, right? Because I want to run in the European or London time. I want this emails to start going from, let's say, 9:30 a.m. and I want it to stop at, let's say, 4 p.m., right? That's exactly what I'm gonna be doing right now. I want these emails to go out from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'm gonna click on save here, and there is an unsubscribe link. I don't want to put here unsubscribe link. I don't personally follow, but you can of course do it if it makes sense for the campaigns. Everything depends on the kind of campaigns you're running. So if it makes sense to you, you can go ahead and use unsubscribe text or unsubscribe link, so that somebody responds and say, hey, don't bother me, no, I'm not interested. You can put them to that list, but I'm going to keep this as it is for now, because I want to personalize our messages, because I'm only reaching out to 190 people here, or 2000 or 1000 people. But if you start sending slow emails, it will look like you're sending personalized emails. Additional settings, I want to send at least 50 emails a day for this campaign. I can make it 25 also. Ideally 25 a day is good, but I'm going to keep it at 50 for this campaign. I'm going to enable open tracking, because I want to know how many people are opening these emails, right? And there is another one, add prospects who unsubscribe to do not contact list. Since I'm not keeping any unsubscribe text or a link here, I'm going to disable this. Also, it will increase the deliverability rate of the emails, right? Email owners and setup, you need to cross check this all the time. So if you have many emails, you need to make sure you're sending it from the right email account. I'm gonna save this. Global sending limits, it's always one prospect per day, right? You want to, if you're sending me an email, you only want to send one email per day to me. You don't want to bother me with, let's say you want to send an email in the morning and I don't reply. You want to send an email in the afternoon and you want to send again in the evening. I don't want that, so I prefer to see only one email in my inbox. So I think that's everybody would like that. So you respect their time, you respect their privacy and whatnot, right? And maximum emails per prospect per week, right? Say if I don't reply to you today, you can only follow up with me after 2 days or after 3 days, right? Not more than 3 emails a week is what I need in order to respond to you. So I typically send only one email a week or 2 emails a week for one unique prospect. So I'm going to keep maximum 3 here, because it is sort of predefined in the system, but you can always go here and make the necessary changes. So I'm going to preview here. I'm going to look at how these emails go. I'm going to look at the email signature. and I see the email signature, there is no space here, so I'm going to go to content here. I'm going to give it some space. I'm going to save changes. Then I'm going to go over here for, see, now you see this space, right? So having space is sort of easy to read, right? And you can also look at a couple of companies and say, hey, hi Scott, I've been following your company, wanted to see if we can help with anything. We help companies like blah 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 with Salesforce customization and deployments. So you sort of highlight your expertise here and ask, end the emails with a call to action button. So I'm going to click on start campaign. I want to kick off the campaign now. I'm going to say yes, start campaign without warm up. I've already warmed up these emails. If you are using a new email, always I prefer to click on start campaign with warm up. So it will warm up the emails and then send only 10 emails a day. But now that I've set 50 emails a day, I'm going to start campaign without warm up because I've already done my job. So it will sort of give you campaigns, when it will kick off and how long will it take. And I'm going to click on start campaign. So if you see the blue highlighted, it's already scheduled here, not started 190 and then so on and so forth. You can see the progress here of how the campaigns are running. The idea is to get this to 70% open rates or 80% open rates. You can also see the daily limit, how much I have set. From this email domain I have set 125, but for this campaign I have set 50. You can always go to settings, go to your team accounts, and you can see what's the maximum number of emails you want to send per email account. So in that way, even if you say 150 or 500 here, you can always set the limit for that specific campaign over here. Well, I'm going to be doing the same. I want you to do the same for the US market. So I have the sheet. I'm going to send it to you, and yep, let's try and schedule it for the US market, and you can use the same um, email template here. So you can see the email template name. This, go ahead and use this for the next campaign and make the campaign as the US campaign. Right. If any questions, hit me up.